Thank you for joining us. My name is Victor Momodu, your host and the product marketing manager for Three Wheeler. We're thrilled to have you today. We're streaming live from Simba TVS head office in the heart of Lagos. Simba Group is a key player in the Nigeria's business landscape. We've been around since 1988. We are part of the Nigerians Heartbeat, and we've been powering dynamic industries across 5 dynamic sectors: the transport, power, agriculture, ICT infrastructure, and data transmission. As the exclusive distributor of the TVS Motor Company, we bring you the world's finest 2- and 3-wheelers from the versatile TVS Cargo. That's the one that it's like a pickup, used for carrying goods. We also have the iconic Tricycle, which we will be talking about today. I'm sure everywhere you look in Nigeria, either the yellow or the blue keke, you find the TVS keke everywhere you go and everywhere you look. We also have a range of reliable and popular motorcycles. We have the HLX 125, the HLX ES, and the Neo NX, which is some people call it ladies bike, some people call it rubber in the north, depending on where you are. We have an extensive network in about 23 locations in Nigeria. We have over 300 service points. We've trained over 25,000 mechanics. So you are not short of service when it comes to TVS. TVS Motor Company is a global leader with more than a century of innovation under its belt. The partnership of Simba Group with TVS Motor Company brings world-class expertise to Nigeria with a legacy of trust and quality. TVS has delivered satisfaction to over 44 million customers worldwide across 70-plus countries. And here in Nigeria, TVS products is everywhere you look, from the Tricycle to the Cargo to the motorcycles. We are proud to say we are part of over 4 million Nigerian lives, empowering them to reach their full potential. And today on this webinar, we have a guest. I'm happy to welcome Mrs. Opeyemi Anjorin. She's the CEO of Blessed Transport. You are welcome, ma'am.
Thank you very much.
Mrs. Anjorin, she's been in the business of doing the tricycle taxi business for well over 16 years. 16 years, man. That's a long time. So please tell us about your journey. How did you start? Why did you decide to do tricycle business? And how has it been?
It all started 16 years ago. That's over a decade ago. The journey has been rough. When I say it is rough, it was due to some things that I did not put in place, some mistake I made then. The mistakes are, I was the only one running the business then. There is no manager attached to me then. I'm the only one doing it.
Okay.
And I have to be running from one location to another to monitor the operators.
Okay.
But now I thank God because I have managers that are doing that on my behalf.
So the business is doing very well
It's
now.
doing very well. To God be the glory. God has been with me. And I have by the grace of God, I was able to put food on people's table from the business. And I have people that are proud enough of Tricycle, those people that did well, that paid my money at the right time. Because when you pay the money of Tricycle at the right time, you'll be able to raise money to buy your own. If I thought the money is not able to complete the one you want to buy, you can easily get a small loan. So join to it and you get a new one and you become a proud owner of Tricycle.
So have there been people who started with you, as in maybe, I think your business model, if we put it in perspective, is like you do like a hire purchase where people come, and then pay you back like on a monthly or weekly basis?
On a weekly basis. I deal with weekly basis.
So they pay you for how long?
A period of a year and a half.
So that's about
period of 18 months.
18 months.
Yes.
So whoever comes in takes the keke within 18 months, they must have finished paying.
Yes.
And then the keke becomes their own.
Yes.
Have there been anybody who came in and eventually became like they own their own, maybe they are fleet operator like you today?
I have about 2.
About 2. Okay. Okay. Great. Great. And so I hear you when you said that it's been rough. And I'm actually curious to ask that question that and then you said something like there were some things you did not do, you didn't put in place at first. So can you highlight what are those things that if you knew better, as in if you had a chance to redo it again, based on your experiences now, what are like, let's mention 1, 2, 3 things that you think is the key things that you will do now if you are starting, if you have the opportunity to start all over again now with what you already know?
One of the key things to Tricycle Business is you need a manager that will be managing the business for you. You cannot be everywhere at the same time. So somebody will have to be managing on your, somebody will be giving you information, will be monitoring the tricycle, the condition of the tricycle. That is one. Another thing is about somebody will be monitoring for you. Then before, when you come and request for tricycle, I give it out. But now I don't do it because then I don't used to do proper investigation about the person. I just give out tricycle and I don't back it up with law. Then
Okay.
Police and affidavits, I don't do that before, but now I do. And listening to excuses from those operators, now I tell them when you come and apply when you come and register, I tell them blunt that they don't bring problem to my office. Because most of them, they know how to be telling you from one story to another. So I tell you, anything problem does not come to my office, you face your problem yourself.
Thank you. So from what I get from you now, 3 major things that you didn't do then that you do now is your recruitment process. You don't give your keke just to anybody. You get them to do a bit of documentations, and then you don't use to back up your documentations with law. That is now you now do affidavits. You get them to properly document taking these vehicles from you. The third one, you enforce whatever agreement, no stories. No stories. Okay, so that's actually, it looks like the top right and center of this business is about the rider. So let us, please enlighten us. What are the skills to recruiting a good rider? What are the skills to recruiting a good rider? How do you know a good rider?
It's not easy to know a good rider because you don't judge by face. But once you come for registration in my office, there is a form I will give you. I will ask you to go through the form and tell me the things you feel that you cannot cope or you cannot understand here. I will have to explain to you better and tell you my don'ts, my don'ts and my do. If you know you can be able to comply with my rules and regulation, that is to say that you are ready to work with me. But then there is another thing that I used to decide to know a good operator. At least within 1 month of the operation of the business between us, I will know the kind of person you are. If you are a good person, I will leave, but if you are not, I will retrieve my tricycle fast. Fast.
So from what I get from you, this is the form. You get to give them, so potential riders, when they come to you, they must fill this form. I see this form has about 18 points. This agreement made by Blessed Transport and the buyer operator is binding and settled after handing over. So this is after you've given them. Okay, this is before you give them. Then it says servicing of the tricycle must be done every 3 weeks. Deliver must be paid as a when due. Operator must come along with the tricycle when remitting his actual money. Interesting. So does that mean you get your you get your money by cash, or can they do transfer?
They can do it in both ways, but mostly I prefer cash. because I use the cash for a POS business that I run.
Okay, so it's as a side
So
business.
POS business.
Okay,
yes.
okay. Then you mentioned something about monitoring. So you want to be able to inspect the vehicle every week.
That's one of the pitfalls I had then, because I don't used to monitor them. So we just carry they go with the tricycle and start sending money. Before you know it, the tricycle by 3-4 months, some people would have damaged it, they would have spoiled it. But once they come every week, I look at the tricycle, that will give me a peace of mind.
So you know something you said there actually settles with me. Like, you ensure you monitor, and if you notice the guy is not doing well, you retrieve fast.
Fast too.
So okay, so at this form, they get to fill this form. Then you mentioned something about affidavit.
Yes.
So they fill this form, they go to court and swear an affidavit.
Affidavit for me, yes. They go and swear the affidavit and bring it to me.
What else do they have to do to get the?
There is another form that I have that they will fill. That is on my their informations.
Okay.
With their guarantor.
Okay.
Information about their guarantor.
Okay, so you get information from their guarantor. Then do you get to verify those guarantors beforehand, or is it when there are issues that you call in the guarantors?
No, I verify them through my managers. My managers go to their house. We go and know their house. We go and know where they are living. We know everything about the guarantors before they now come to my office to come and sign the documents.
So once they sign those documents, they've provided an affidavit sworn in a reputable court of law. They fill this form. I actually see some things on this form that makes me actually laugh. You see something like my wife put to bed, she did the operation, went to rent out. All these are not part of the agreement. So you stated it clearly.
That is one of the reasons. That's one of the pitfalls I had then. So I had to state it clearly.
So if you sign this, you have already agreed that these excuses does not come to play.
It's not part of our business.
So oh wow, awesome. So, but then, okay, how do you enforce if they did not do the needful?
I enforce through my managers. I send my managers to them. I call them. Like, I did not see this person money. What happened? My manager will have to go and meet them. What is happening? If the person does not do it, the person cannot even have a cogent reason, because I will collect the tricycle and put it down. You go and look for money to come and pay before you before you start riding again.
Then so before they get to, so we've highlighted the things you usually get to put in place before they start, which is they fill this form. The form is 18 points and they are very explicit. So once you agree, you said there's another form they get to fill.
Yes, that one is about their personal data.
Personal data. Then they give you guarantors. How many guarantors?
Two
verifiable guarantors.
Yes.
Do you verify before you give them the keke, or you verify after you have given them the keke?
Before I give them.
Wow.
Verify.
So okay, you verify before you give them the keke. And then okay, so affidavits, guarantors, 2 verifiable guarantors, they fill this form and another form. That's about 4 or 5. They sign. And then is there money? Do they get to pay anything upfront?
They pay a sum of 70,000 as their registration fee.
70,000.
So that they can have something to commit into the business.
So they must have skin in the game from the one. Awesome. So that 70,000 it becomes part of how much? Is it part? Do you remove it from their daily remit?
It's not part of their daily remit. It's not even part of their business. That one is a different thing entirely. I don't add it to the tricycle money.
Okay.
To the higher purchase.
Oh, okay. Wow, that's a registration.
Meant for registration.
For registration. Okay. Thank you so very much. Now I know that a couple of people that are watching us, they probably will be looking at it that, okay, we are talking about it at a scale that is like for you that, madam, I think I remember you mentioned that you have 100 tricycle on the road as you speak. Yes. Right now, as you speak, 100 tricycle.
Yes.
That's a big operation. I'm actually sitting with a very big madam, because I can picture what it means to have 100 tricycle on the road. So for people that are, so let's play a scenario. Let's say I come to you as I like your brother, and I'm like, okay, I want to start this business, and I want to start with one tricycle. What advice will you give me?
We go for the market research of the price of the tricycle.
Okay.
Is at presently is at 3.3.
Okay.
So I will let you know the costs. Then the operator is very, very important, that particular aspect. To get a good operator, once you get a good operator for this business, you will enjoy it. Because if you get a good operator, they pay. I have some operators that have never owed me for one day, from the beginning of the collection till the end. They won't owe you. But most of them, but I thank God for where I am today.
So what's the best place to get an operator? Is it from referrals from friends or someone you just know, family? What is the best? What, from your experience, what has been the best place to get an operator?
I prefer through my managers, referral, and recommendation from my operator that have done well.
So someone that has done well before,
yes,
is able to recommend someone else.
Fast. I used to give the person fast. I won't even waste time.
So if I want to do this business now and I see someone that has a tricycle that is neat and is doing well, I can ask him to refer someone else.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Okay, great. Now, one thing I think I want to ask too is, because what is the role of the keke itself? You know, because I think I had you say it earlier that one of the pitfalls was not using a keke. That what's the role of the vehicle itself? Because at the end of the day, the rider is going to use it for 18 months, and if the keke has to perform for him to be able to perform. What is the role of the kind of keke that is painful to use?
And like I said, one of my pitfalls then was going through other products.
Not TVS.
Not TVS.
Okay.
But TVS, what I know about TVS is that it has second-hand value. And the parts, you can see the parts from there is no various parts. Wherever you get to, you see the part, but there are those other tricycles, you might be looking for one part for 2-3 weeks. In fact, they will tell you they want to go and order for it. They order for it for you. But in the case of TBS, is anywhere you get, you can see the parts.
So in those 2-3 weeks, no work.
No work for those ones.
Wow.
That's one of the things one of my pitfalls then.
So for TBS,
it's durable, it lasts longer, and it has second-hand value. So
people, you hear it from Madam Blessed. She has over 100 tricycles, and there's no better person to say it. We are very proud to say we have trained over 2,500 mechanics. In-house, we have over 300 service points, and our spare parts, they are everywhere you go, and then and that's very key for the business, because if you are supposed to pay back every week, and then if you have problem with spare parts, it's a problem. Thank you so very much, madam. So now we've established that the rider is super important to the for a first-time starter. They would be thinking, okay, what is actually because we call this make your money work for you. Now, this is, and we have a challenge of inflation in this economy. A lot of I think we have close to 40% inflation as we speak in Nigeria. So what that means is, if you save money, the money is losing value daily. But for this business, you mentioned earlier on that you buy a keke for 3.3 million. In the 18 months, how much is the return on investment?
We have about 1.5 million to gain in this investment.
1.5 over 18 months.
Yes.
Okay. 1.5 million over 18 months. That's well over 40% returns.
Yes.
So if you invest your 3.3 million, but then 3.3 million is not all you invest.
And it's just because the particulars is just 30,000 naira.
Okay.
That's all.
Particulars
It's 30,000 naira. That's what the person that wants to go into the business will invest. That's all.
So you buy the keke, you invest particulars, that's
the papers,
that's vehicle registration.
Yes.
Okay. You don't do insurance.
I've not started doing it.
Okay, because that would actually take care of your risk and then may even help the rider. Okay, so but currently what you do is you buy the keke and then you do registration. How about the documentations? That doesn't, it's the rider that bears that cost?
Is the affidavit, yes, it's the rider that bears the cost.
Okay.
The rider that will go to the court and collect the affidavits and the police reports and bring it down to me.
Okay, and your guarantor verification, you do it yourself?
I do that. I have forms ready for that.
So that one doesn't come at a cost?
Not really.
Okay.
I already have forms for that.
Okay. So, and in that time of 18 months, you make 1.5 million.
Yes.
Wow. That's good business. I don't think there is any investment out there you can get 40% interest in 18 months. I don't know of any. So this is good business. And that is aside the fact that the riders also makes money and they're able to feed their family, they are able to take care of themselves.
I have a rider that has 7 children and he's feeding and he's paying my money. He's not owing me a dime.
Wow.
7 children.
7
yes.
children.
Yes, I have.
And they are sending children to school, they are paying house
7
rent.
children, yes, and doesn't owe me a dime.
So definitely they are making good money.
And
then they're still able to pay you your 1.5 million profit. But then we're even talking profit now because it means that 3.3 will come back. And then on top of it is the 1.5 million.
Yes.
Oh, awesome. Awesome. Thank you so very much, Ma. Thank you. So in the time, how do you manage your cash flow? So you say you have over 100. Because that must be a lot of money coming in on a weekly basis. How do you manage your cash flow?
I return my own into my business immediately. I don't keep it. I return it into business. Actually, I buy Tricycle every week.
Okay, so you return it back and then so that you can grow the business. Yes. Because I'm actually asking that question. You're just thinking about at the end of every week, if you have 100 people remitting money to you, that's very much money at the same time.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So now talking about scaling the business, at what point did you think you had to do more? As in, is it based on demand? Is it like because riders come in and then or you just felt like, okay, you've grown the capacity to do 3, 4, 5, 6?
On a daily basis, people come, but note that it is not the people that note that it is genuine operator. It's not to get a quality operator. It's not easy to come by. So I depend on like I told you, my referral. I depend on that. The demand from my managers. I also work on the quality of the operator, like I said, is what will determine my growth. Maybe I should expand more.
Or just keep it as it is.
Yes, it's not that every you can carry that comes that we give the tricycle to.
Awesome. So basically what I hear you say is the business expansion is dependent on the quality of operators, not because you are already, and these are insights that I would want our audience to glean, that it is not because I have people, okay, I'm doing this, I have 1, 2 vehicles on the road, they are making money, everything is fine. Now, if I
trying to
have
ask
2, 3 other people that says they want, it is not because they want that I expand. It is when I find good hands that I know, okay, we've done a bit of verification and they are
referral recommendation from people.
So in terms of financing, when you
Deborah,
started, how did
why do you
you
use
go
to eat
about
and leave your
financing? Did you
debts
use your
behind
personal
you?
savings,
You are the one that used
or
this
did
ear
you
So your brother
get
beats into
money
you and ate
from
it.
microfinance or from banks? How did you start?
Why do you leave your
I went
debts
to the
like
bank.
your
Their
clothes?
interest is high. I went with microfinance. That one is higher. I now went for investors loan. I have people that invest. They bring money to me to help them to invest. So that is how I get my fund to run the business.
Okay. So you have
And in
people,
return, I give them their profits.
so you have like people that come invest and then they get their own. Oh, awesome. So that means I could choose to have 1, 2, 3 of us put money together. That will pool funds to run this.
No problem. You are welcome.
So it's cheaper than going to. I think I see the maths there. It's cheaper than going to get money from
The
bank because of interest rates and stuff. Okay, thank you. Please, the people in the audience, if you have questions, please prepare them so you don't forget. We would be taking your questions, and so you please raise your hand. Raise your hand so that we'll take your questions. And if you are probably in a noisy place, you can drop the question in the comment section, and then we will take those questions. Thank you. So finally, Madam, I want to ask 2 more questions, and then we can entertain the audience question. Do you leverage technology in terms of, maybe do you have like trackers on this vehicle? So that question is 2 in 1. Then do you do partnerships, maybe like delivery business? Or maybe like, do you do branding of the vehicle? Because sometimes, people would want to brand your keke, and maybe for advertising, that can be like another set of stream of income. Do you do any of these 2 things?
For now, I do partnership, but that of branding on a tricycle, I've not started it. But if I see people, I'm ready.
Ready.
I'm ready for that.
So you're open for business, because if you have 100 tricycle, yeah, so if you can put branding on 100 tricycle, that's some stream of income. You've not thought about that?
I'm expecting if you come, I welcome you.
Okay. So people in the audience, if you have some form of promotions and campaigns that you want to do, please talk to Madam Blessed. We can put your number in the comment section. So we'll put our number in the comment section. If you have business for her, for branding, you can please reach out to her. Then for tracker, do you track these vehicles?
I do. As a security measure, I use.
Okay.
It's not tracker, but it's really working for me.
Okay, awesome. That one is a secret.
It's a secret.
You don't want to.
I don't want to disclose that.
Wow. So, but you will advise others to put a tracker on their vehicle.
Tracker is good.
Okay, so that that way, I know some trackers even have capacity to shut down the vehicle in case of someone that is not
defaulting.
Is defaulting. Okay, thank you so very much, ma. I think our time is fast spent. The last thing, okay, so there's someone that is raising their hand. I will want you to give. So please, you keep this while we'll answer this person's question. What will you advise intending investors in this business? What will be your advice? Can we see that question? Yeah, but there was a question in the comment section. Can we see it so that we can please? Okay, I think she's already answered this question in the course of this call. How long did it take for you to recoup your initial capital on the tricycle purchase? She's also answered that question. So how long did it take? That's from the time you give someone a tricycle. How long from that time to the time you make your money?
It's between a month and a year and a half. That's 18 months.
18 months. So in 18 months, she gets back capital and she makes a profit of 1.5 million. Awesome. Thank you very much. So if there any other question, please. Okay. How much do the drivers pay weekly?
Depends on the time they collect tricycle, but presently they are paying about 70,000, some 60. It depends on the negotiation between you and the operator.
Okay. Okay. So I hope that answers your question. So she said it depends on the time and the negotiation. Currently, they pay between 70
60.
and 60,000 weekly. So I see another question. Okay, thank you. So someone is saying, thank you, madam, for the awesome session. So this one is saying, why didn't you? No, there's a question. Let's take these questions and then we would ask the other person to speak. Why didn't she ever go into bikes? Tricycles better? I think that's a business decision. I don't think we want to question madam here. So the person raising their hand, please, can you unmute and ask your question, please? But please note, we will only take questions within this discussion. Thank you. Please unmute, Mr. Ibu. Please unmute and ask your question. Hello, Mr. Ibu, are you there? Okay, so while we wait for Mr. Ibu to speak up, Madam, please, can you give us, so for what will you advise? Now, I'll need you to please be mindful of the fact that the people on the call, most of them are people that do other businesses, maybe like they have, they go, some of them even like they are like me, that they are employed by a company, but you know, they may have some cash somewhere that they feel like, okay, I want to invest in keke business. What will you advise them?
It's a good business. To me, in fact, I've really made a lot of things from it. I've achieved a lot, which I will not want to talk on here, but it's a good business. If you invest in it, you see your gain and you see your capital. The only thing is that be firm and be decisive. You need to be very strict. So you need to be strict and you take your stand. You don't need people to be saying you are nice. You don't need that. All you need is face your business. And your principles, you follow it. Okay, cool. Okay, ma. Thank you so very much. So if I can reiterate what you have said so that people can take it in and, you know, let it become because what she is sharing with us is 16 years of experience. And, you know, like they say, you cannot buy experience in the market. That's actually why we brought her, to be able to, you know, share with us from our years of experience so that, like she said at the beginning of this call, some of the mistakes that she made, we don't make it. That's the whole essence of this webinar, is to be able to enlighten us, give us this insight so that when we make decisions, we make informed decisions. And she has said it that be firm in your dealings with the operator. Be firm, be firm. Like I think I shared earlier on this form that she has here, she did highlight, when I saw her putting it in writing, that don't come to me with stories of my wife put to bed, she did operation, surgery, I want to rent house, my father died. I'm actually reading from the form. My father died. She said all these are not part of the agreement. Operator must come in clear hands. So that's how firm you need to be. I think this actually captures it. That is how firm that you need to be.
There are a couple of questions in the comment section. We will take those questions and then we will round up this webinar. So this person is asking, how do you manage Agbero?
My managers attend to that.
Okay, managers.
Because they are on field.
Okay.
My manager are on field, they are also riding, so they know how to handle the Agbero on their parts.
Okay, so this person asked this question, what is the guarantee that if I invest, I won't lose it? Well, that's why we have organized this session. If you take, we are going to post this on the YouTube page. If you take this advice and, act on it, I'm sure you won't lose. But it depends on you, because we have provided you with knowledge and insight from someone who's done it and who is doing it for 16 years. She's been in this business. She has over 100 tricycle as we speak. So if she has given us all of this insight, it will now still depend on us to put them to work. So this person is asking, do you do hire purchase? Do you do hire to purchase on your tricycle? Yes, that's the model. The model is that she gives this tricycle out. She has said it based on agreement. The rider gets to pay between 70 and 60,000 weekly, and over a year and 8 months, the person gets to own the vehicle. So it's rent to own, and is within 18 months, and she makes a 1.5 million aside from the cost of the vehicle. So this person says, how do you cope with theft and run away with keke by the riders? Do you put tracker on them? How do you go about it? So another person, I said, can we get the form? So yes, I think we can ask Madam to share the form. So we would share with anybody interested. Please, we will put our number. She has agreed that we can put our number on the please, your number, man. Let's put your number. So take down this number. You can call her and ask for advice. Yeah, so she's volunteered to do that.
You're welcome anytime.
Okay, so she has volunteered to do that, but please, let's be respectful. Let's respect our boundaries too. So your number, ma?
081
19 16 78 97. Again, 081 19 78 97. Awesome. Thank you, academic class. Thank you for sharing that number again for us. So please, if you have a few questions, please, let's be respectful. Like I said, she's able to provide guidance. How do you receive payment, cash or transfer? I think she's mentioned that earlier. She says she runs a POS business, so she prefers cash. And more importantly, she wants to be able to see the vehicle on a weekly basis. So she wants the rider to bring the vehicle, especially for new tricycles, so that she's sure that you are not just sending transfer and then damaging the tricycle. So how many days of default in payment before you retrieve your tricycle? So I think that's the last question we are going to take. How many days of default?
It depends on the time you default. When you collect the tricycle, that for the next 3, 4, 5 months, I don't expect it to default. If you do, that is, you are not serious.
So if you default
between the first 4 to 5 months, I will collect the tricycle.
Wow. 4 to 5 months. So the person must be regular 4 to 5 months.
I have a lady that is, if you know you are not working or you are not feeling fine, just tell me, call me. I will tell my manager to go and bring your tricycle to my place. Once I'm seeing the tricycle, I will not be expecting money. So there is no way you can tell me you are not feeling fine. I don't want all those excuses. I won't allow it.
So these are time-tested insights, people. So, she's done this, and I think she's done it successfully. So to just do like a recap of some of the more valuable insights that I think I've had, that we've had Madam Blessed share with us on this webinar. She has said it again and again. The tricycle rider, the operator, is key to the success of this business. It is key to the success of this business. So the kind of person you give your vehicle to is important. Ensure that you vet whoever it is you are giving the vehicle to. Vet that person. She makes them go through documentations. They fill a personal data form. Then she has this 18 points form where, it is clearly stated the does and don't. And the rider signs this with a witness. And then the rider still gets to go to court and swear an affidavit. And then the rider gets to bring 2 guarantors that she verifies before giving out the tricycle to these people. And when the tricycle rider begins to use this vehicle, she ensures that she monitors. She doesn't just sit back and get them to transfer money weekly. She ensures that weekly she gets to see and inspect this vehicle so that she's sure that the guy is not using the vehicle anyhow.
Yes.
And then what else, man? What did I miss?
You tried.
And it's actually very lucrative. You make 1.5 million aside from your capital within 18 months. I don't think there's any other investment out there where you make that much money. So that's been it on this call. Thank you so very much. So someone is being persistent about is saying question about government. So we know that the regulations are out there. You need to go and study the areas that the vehicles can apply. Thank you, everyone, for joining us on this call. We will put this video on the YouTube session. Our time is fast spent. We appreciate your time. Do have a fantastic weekend. Thank you.